All right, we're here with Sac State volleyball player Ashlynn Archer. Welcome to the show, Ashlynn.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We just talked to your coach, Ruben Volta. He was telling us about what to expect with this season, too. Obviously, we have these trophies sitting right here. He made sure, by the way, to bring these in. We had like a tennis one here. He's like, no, we need the volleyball
We
ones.
need those, yeah.
Yeah. So what are kind of your expectations, first for yourself, this upcoming season?
For myself, I want to be a really big leader. I'm a senior now, which is weird. It's always felt like before there's been so many older girls on the team, and now all of a sudden it's like I'm the oldest, and so it's weird, but it's also really exciting. I kind of just want to be someone that all the girls can look to as like a leader on and off the court, someone they can go to for guidance. And then on top of that, like playing wise, I just want to be a force at the net, both offensively and defensively. And I want to win another Big Sky Championship.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, well, in this question too, that Ryan, I'm going to call him out here, called you the elder statesman, which we were just talking about before.
Yeah.
And you are the oldest player on the team.
Yeah.
There's 6 freshmen on the team.
Yeah.
So far already, have they been coming to you for advice, or how's that relationship been?
Yeah, I feel like it's a very similar situation that I was in as a freshman, because my class, we came in as a class of 7 freshmen. And then there was a bunch of older girls. And so I feel like now it's our turn to kind of show the youngers the ropes. I feel like Ruben's way of running practice is that he kind of just calls something out, and it's kind of on us to figure out where we have to go, where the freshmen need to be. So I feel like every time he calls out something new, they're kind of like looking at us. And so that's been kind of fun to just kind of herd them around in practice. But then also like off the court, I feel like they're just kind of trying to figure out life, and we have a lot of people coming from out of state, and so I feel like I can kind of relate to those girls because I also came from out of state. And so it's kind of nice to be able to like lead them kind of like I was when I was a freshman, and just kind of be there home away from home.
Yeah, totally. And that's one of the things too here. You're from a town in St. John, Washington, that has a population of 600 people.
Yeah, it's really small.
How was that then, coming from there to Sac State? What was that experience like?
Honestly, I thought that it was going to be a lot bigger of a culture shock than it was. Because to me, Sacramento seemed like this huge city that I was coming to.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got here, everyone in the athletics department was just immediately like family. And I was also really afraid of like being homesick and missing family because I was coming from 2 states away.
Right.
But my teammates within just a few days like felt like my sisters, and so it honestly wasn't too bad. I think if I wasn't an athlete and I didn't have Sacramento State in the athletics department, it would have been a lot harder, but they make it so easy to kind of just like come in, and they welcome you with open arms. So
well, and that's one of the things too that Ruben talked about was kind of trying to build a family atmosphere. How's that like?
Yeah, I think that's something that Ruben does a really good job at, is just finding really good people, not only for our staff but the girls that he recruits. Every single person on the team is just such a good person, and we're all really close. I think that's what makes us so great, is that we never fight on the court. Like, we're just best friends, genuinely, on and off the court. Like, we do everything together, and so I think that helps a lot in our chemistry when we play, for sure.
And are one of the players on the team one of your roommates? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I actually live with 4 girls on the team. So
yeah. Wow.
So yeah, we all live together. I live with Abby, Carly, Reese, and Allie.
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
And are they kind of too like your closest friends on the team, or?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely closest with my class. I think everyone's probably closest with the class just because you've spent the most time with them. So yeah, I'm really close with Abby and Carly for sure, and then Kate and Greta, the other 2 captains. We call ourselves the PNW girls because we came from Washington and Oregon, so we kind of have that in common. So I'm really close to them as well.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then, so growing up there in Washington, how did you get into volleyball, and what was that? I mean, you're 6'1".
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's kind of natural.
Yeah.
So my older sister, she's 9 years older than me, and so I kind of grew up watching her play sports. She played basketball, volleyball, and track, but she had a knee injury in high school, so she never really played after that.
Yeah.
But I always grew up just wanting to be just like her, and so naturally I wanted to play volleyball. And then my mom also coached high school volleyball as well.
Oh, nice.
And so I kind of just like grew up going to her practices. I remember just like wanting to like do all the warm-ups and like pass the ball against the wall, all that stuff with the other girls. And then once I got to middle school, I started playing, and I kind of realized I want to do this in college. And I didn't even know what club volleyball was. But then freshman year, I started club volleyball, and it kind of just took off from there. I met someone by the name of Wade Benson, who Ruben knows really well. He used to he used to coach at Eastern Washington, and he became my club coach and kind of was the one that introduced me to Ruben and Sacramento State and all that stuff.
So I assume this club team wasn't in your town.
No. Yeah, no, I had to drive to Spokane for practices.
How far was that?
A little over an hour. So
wow.
It was a bit of a drive, but not too bad.
Crazy. I mean, but at least you're kind of used to some of the travel.
Yes. Yeah. It drives me crazy to like sit in traffic here. Like I'll drive an hour at home, but like on the back roads, but like here I like can't do it.
I know. It's chaos. And then how was that too growing up? Like I don't know exactly how it works. I assume like I played soccer and club soccer, we would have to travel around.
Yeah.
I mean, go to Maryland for a tournament, go everywhere. Was it kind of like that too for volleyball?
Yeah, we went a lot of places. We went to like Vegas, Orlando. My 16s year actually, which is like kind of the big year for like club and recruiting and all that stuff, was our COVID year actually. So we were supposed to do a lot of traveling that year, but we ended up everything got canceled. So that was unfortunate. So I'm really grateful that it all worked out still.
Yeah.
But
well, so had you met Ruben before that?
No, I think it was my junior year maybe that I talked to Ruben for the first time. And I didn't even know what Sacramento State was. So I was like, what is this?
Yeah. So when did you start here? What year was that?
2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you met him, and then did you come here, and like what was the recruiting process like?
Yeah, so recruiting process was not at all what I thought it was going to be because COVID happened. Like in my head I was like, oh, like I'll be able to take all these like visits, I'll be able to go meet all the girls before committing all this stuff, but that's not at all what it was because you couldn't even go on an official visit because of COVID. And so I talked to Ruben on the phone, and I was like really interested in his program. But he couldn't like take me on an official visit or anything, and like no one was on campus. And so my mom, my brother, and I came on an unofficial visit. I think it was like spring of my junior year or something like that. And we just came down to Sacramento and walked around a dead campus. There was no one here. Like literally it was a ghost town. And then from there I ended up committing, and because I really loved it, even though I hadn't even met the girls or anything yet. Like I just talking to Ruben, like seeing campus, I loved it, and so I committed. And then it wasn't until my senior year, fall of my senior year, I was able to come for an official visit. And like all of that summer I was like so scared. I was like, did I mess up? Like I committed to this place, I like haven't met any of the girls, and then came on my official visit, and I was just fell in love. Like it was perfect. I loved all the girls. Loved everything. So
Tell me about, I know you're a journalism major. What are kind of some of your plans or goals for the future? What do you want to do? I mean, outside of volleyball.
Yeah, that's a great question. Everyone keeps asking me that, and I don't really know the answer. I'm really interested in like the social media side of things. I really like social media marketing. Obviously love athletics, so I'd love to continue in a career that has something to do with athletics. I love writing, so I don't know. I feel like journalism, and I'm also a marketing minor, so I feel like that opens up a lot of opportunities, a lot of different options. There's not just like one path I could go down necessarily. So I don't know. I'm hoping in the next few months I'll start figuring that out. Just taking it one day at a time right now. But
and what's it like to being a student athlete here?
It's really fun. It's a grind. It's a lot of work, but I think, like I said, like this department, we have such good resources, like so many amazing people to help you, like if you're struggling. And like all the professors, so far I haven't had like a professor like be mean or like rude to me about, when I have to travel and like all that sort of thing. So everyone's been really great. It's really hard. It's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. And like our home crowd and like home games are just like unmatched. Playing at the Nest is so much fun. So it kind of makes it all worth it.
Yeah, totally. This might be too deep of a question, but I'll ask anyway.
Okay.
Who's someone, whether it's a teammate, a coach, or a professor that has kind of left an impact on you?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. That's hard.
It's a hard one. Something to think about maybe for the next time you come on.
Have you had Professor Reese?
Yes. Yeah.
I really, really like Professor Reese. I think he made an impact on me for sure. I love the way that he like taught, and I just loved all of his classes. So
Yeah.
I really liked him. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, totally. He teaches data journalism.
Yeah, that was like my favorite class.
I know,
Yeah, I love that
which is
class.
crazy too.
Mhm.
Like for me, when I did that
Mhm.
class, it was like I knew nothing about Excel,
Mhm. Yeah,
but
same.
he just made it so easy.
Yes, I was in the same boat. Going into it, I thought it was going to be like my least favorite class of all time, and then it ended up being
Me
my
too.
favorite. So, yeah.
Crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Before we end, let's talk a little bit more about this season.
Mhm.
Let's go back to last season. You had that big play, the solo block on championship point.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
Gosh, like that was like genuinely one of the best nights of my life. It was like playing in front of our home crowd. Like it was just electric. The nest was like it was like vibrating with like how much noise. Like it was so much fun. I remember actually turning and looking at Bridget Smith during warm-ups, and they were bringing out like the trophy, and they were bringing out the medals, all that stuff, and I just turned to look at her and I was like, there is no way we're not winning this. Like
Yeah.
it's like making me emotional thinking about it, but yeah, it was just like literally the best night of my life. Like nothing compares to like playing with like your best friends, and like especially in front of your home crowd. Like, and that was arguably the most important and like biggest match of my entire life thus far. And so yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah.
Wow, so cool. And then now being a senior too,
Mhm.
does that give you like a little extra intensity going into this year, like
Oh yeah.
wanting to achieve more too?
Yeah, for sure. I was actually joking. I think it was with Greta and Kate. I was like, we were at practice, and I was like, once you win Big Sky, you can't really like not win again. Like,
Yeah.
I like once you know like what it's like to win, like now having won like regular season and the tournament, like I don't know, going into the season, it's like we want it so much more. Like now that we know what it's like, and so yeah, I think it definitely gives us a lot more motivation to want to win again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Three-peat.
There we go.
That's the goal.
All right, Ashlynn Archer, thanks for being with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cool.